While we are waiting for anyone who does have questions, it does look like there will be Tech Alchemy demoing in the beginning. So you can still put them in now, and then we'll read it later in the Q&A of Discord and in TG as well. And then we'll definitely read them after in the Q&A segment.
I have to disappear in 2 minutes to check on food, so I'll be away for like 5 minutes maybe.
Also, there's a new ban, no food checking for the next hour.
Well, you know, like, cry about it. Okay, goodbye, Gerion. Nice seeing you.
I'm here.
No, you're not.
Your camera turned off.
My camera is stupid. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, in the meantime, how are the new birds?
Fine.
New birds? Yeah. What? Wait, did you find your parrot?
No, I have new one.
Oh, wow, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they also camera shy?
I have 2 parrots actually, because I was in the parrot shop and my girlfriend decided she wants one too, so I have 2 now, and they are fucking yelling to each other all day and night.
And you look after 2 now, twice the fun.
No, I look after 1. Second one is not mine.
Sure, up until she can't handle it.
He walks up to the first parrot. Oh, here you go, buddy. Here's some food. None for you. Get the hell away from me.
You gotta start practicing, Jerry Daddy. You gotta start calling her wife. Can't say girlfriend anymore. It's time for an update.
I still have like 3 weeks, so.
Well.
And will Captain Smith be there?
What's this, sorry?
Are you going to the wedding?
No, I wanted to come, but I can't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, May's super busy for me.
I
don't know why I took that as like Cat was not invited, so I didn't want to go anyway.
He actually was invited and he decided to not come, so.
No, I didn't decide not to come. I've just got so much happening during May. It's physically not possible.
You just don't accept the fact you'll have to show your face.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, I think we've sent him a message. We just haven't heard from him, which is a bit unusual. I think what we could do is perhaps if anyone has like any questions regarding progress or what we're up to this week, or anything you want to ask, we'll try and address some questions just while we're waiting to hear back from them. So I apologise for this for everyone. We'll continue to message them, but yeah, we can answer some questions.
I had myself muted the whole time. I'm sorry. So I'll go ahead and pop into the Discord.
That's okay. Cheers.
Let me actually tag them here. That way they know to have them ask. But there is a question here for you guys. I saw the notice about working out design. Will there be integrated TradingView style charting, or will that cost too much?
What's that? Sorry, what was the question?
I saw the notice about working out design. A working design. Will there be integrated TradingView style charting, or will that cost too much?
I don't think so, because it's a centralized exchange. So we actually need our own charts, because it's like I don't know, any token on any exchange and UNISWAP, the price is always different. So the price on exchange depends on buys and sells. So no, we're gonna have our own charts for that.
There we go. Okay, so then in that case, that one that will be his own style. Let me go ahead and go to Telegram. This one is more lighthearted. Gerion Vs Cat. Drink of choice: vodka,
whiskey, or beer.
Yeah, you still got to be Adrian on whiskey, I think.
Oh, so also we have a lot of new holders ever since our last AMA. This one, I'll leave up to you guys, Yoan, Gerion, Captain Smith, and Cat when he gets back. If you guys wanted to introduce yourself, because I know we've increased in holders exponentially, actually. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah, so absolutely, yeah. We've gained quite a few holders in the last couple of weeks. So for anyone new, hi, my name's Martin. I'm one of the token founders and one of the developers here at Kounotori. We also have, of course, we have Adrian here, a fellow developer and the project lead, and we have Yoan as well, also on the call. And joining us today, we were going to have Tech Alchemy. We're just trying to get hold of them so that they can join the call. I think they're having some sort of technical issue. But they are the coding team, and like ourselves, they're fully doxed. They've undergone credit safe rating. They're really highly rated on there. We ourselves have undergone 2 KYC evaluations, and our contract has been audited by Certec. In terms of the project itself and the coin, it has many safeguards in place. We have a multi-signature wallet in control of the marketing funds that safeguards all of the marketing money. We do AMAs weekly, on camera, off camera, sometimes Twitter Spaces, sometimes we host them, sometimes other people host them. In terms of utility, we're obviously building a centralized exchange and a staking solution for Kounotori and for other partnered coins. If you're a new coin and you're doing everything correctly these days, it is hard to get started and to list on a centralized exchange. What we're doing is we're offering a solution to that, as well as giving Kounotori, our native token, purpose and passive income upon staking. We will obviously be releasing our updated version of the white paper. That is releasing imminently. That will go into greater detail about the centralized exchange and the staking and what that entails, what percentages are guaranteed upon locking for certain periods of time. We also have our website revamp coming up very shortly. Lee, our head designer, he's worked tirelessly on that, as well as the graphics for the white paper. And we've obviously on the gun for anyone who's been around for longer than a week. We've undergone a rebrand. All that entails is that we've changed our image to more encompass the evolvement of the project and what it's turned into. We made our mind up fairly soon after release that we were looking to do more than initially what we'd planned to do. Staking was always going to be one of the big focuses, but it soon became apparent that centralization and offering a centralized exchange and offering a staking solution just paired and married really well together and offered a serious answer for passive income, and obviously complied with future regulations that are coming into crypto and the ever-changing space, which is rapidly changing almost every day. So that is a brief introduction to Kounotori and those involved in the team and the coin itself. So yeah, that is for anyone new who's just joined and doesn't know too much about us yet.
Hello there, I'm Kat, and I'm originally from the ship community as an ex-community manager. I built my way up and my name and repertoire from there, and that is how I'm most well known. I now reside within the Kounotori community manager side and do all my work here and there. You'll know me, see me, and chat to me for all time as you can, and if you need anything, just say hello. Hello, Jake.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Jake, how are you doing?
Sorry I'm late. How is everyone?
Yeah, we're fine. Just waiting
Yeah,
for you guys.
Good.
It's been good. I mean, we've done a little bit of an introduction, and because we've gained quite a few holders in the past week or so. So we've just given a brief introduction to Kounotori and what we're doing, what we're building. I don't know if we've met. Is Christian on the call?
No, he isn't. I think it'll just be. Storm said he was having some issues. I think he said he was here listening, but
okay.
had trouble actually joining. Let me message him and see.
The more the merrier.
All right. So Christian is still going to join us. Now the demo was going to be done by Christian or by you, Jake?
Sorry?
The demo or the demonstration was going to be done by Christian, I believe, right?
I can do it as well.
Oh, okay.
I think the plan was for me to do it.
All right, then.
Soam is saying any way for him to get on. Is there a link I can send him, or I think he was listening before?
Link to Telegram.
Yeah, we have sent a Telegram link.
I've sent that link on our Discord.
Hang on, send it again. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, just send it again. Hello, Jan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
He says
it is the yawn.
he says he's just listening.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No worries. In that case, yeah, then I'll leave it in your hands for the devs and you, Jake, in terms of demonstrating the exchange and the platform. So go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Am I able to share my screen here? Let me see how I do that.
You've got like 5 buttons on the bottom. Just click the first one on left.
I'm going to need to give it permission and then rejoin, I think. Give me 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
So then you guys want me to ask you guys a couple of questions while that's setting up?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right. So I'll add this one here for you guys. Due to the lack of government regulation, there are a lot of issues revolving around security. What types of securities does the exchange have in place to protect our personal and financial information?
I think it's a question for Jake.
Right. Can you repeat that one? I'm back now.
Sure. Due to the lack of government regulation, there are a lot of issues revolving around security. What types of securities does the exchange have in place to protect our personal and financial information?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few things, some that I probably won't touch on now, but one of the main things is that we're going to be doing KYC for all members, just so that we know, the people on the platform are who they say they are, and they're, we're sort of up to the regulations of any bank or anything similar. There are also, certain technologies out there in terms of the type of wallet providers that can be used, whether it's sort of centralized or decentralized and custodial and not. And those are all being taken into account with sort of the highest level of security as well in the planning of the platform. And notwithstanding that the things aren't strictly regulated in all places right now, there are regulations and best practices that are followed kind of throughout the community that we'll certainly be following as well, because you see every day or every week in and out that the SEC and all the various regulatory bodies are sort of catching up with everything. And so building a product now that isn't regulated in the hopes, that will just slip by, and that time it doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, we're making sure that everything we plan and everything we do is following that. You're on mute, so I'm on Telegram, not on your headphones.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone. So just quickly, I'll introduce myself. I'm one of the founders of Tech Alchemy. I've obviously been working with Jake and everyone else on the Kounotori proposal, the designs, and how we're going to build this. Just to add a little bit to what Jake was just saying about security. First and foremost, we work with. One of the things that can make you guys feel secure is we actually only work with products that we would personally use. We're massively exposed to every product we work with, right? And so we will make sure that we are secure because we need to protect ourselves as well as we need to protect all you guys. When we've worked in the past, we worked with, we were the only development partner for Trustology, which was a regulated entity. So we've got a lot of experience on the regulation side of this. We know the ins and outs of how to build for regulation. And so when we're going to be building this, we're not building for a world where we're not regulated. We're building for a world where, or we're going to be building this as if we were regulated. Obviously, we don't need to be, but the point is our security standards will be built towards as if, the government was involved and they wanted to make sure that we were regulated. So you can kind of, you can know that we're using all the best practices and, we will be building this like a properly regulated exchange, which we've done many times in the past. We've worked on full-scale banks, we've worked on KYC platforms for quite large entities. So we've done this stuff many times.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a great. In fact, I know in the crypto space, a lot of holders are always concerned about their holdings, and this is their financial stability, basically. So since you guys are keeping an eye on security and safety for all of the holders, that is definitely very warm to hear. Very good news stuff. This next one right here is, what % of the white paper, this is for the devs mostly, what % of the white paper has been completed and is the roadmap part of it?
I think 99%.
It's virtually done, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's literally just finishing the graphic design, just finishing that, and a couple of tiny little finishing touches.
Okay. And then, I just wanted to ask that question because I don't want to ignore the questions we have here, but I know you guys wanted to do the demo. And Jake, is everything all good?
Yeah, sure. I should be able to share.
Great.
So what we've done is just put a clickable prototype together of just one of the pages. We're sort of, as we're finishing off this phase that we're in of designing and sort of doing the discovery for the platform, we're working on sort of designing and linking up the key flows, but we figured that one of the best to show right now would be just the trade screen. And so the way we design, we make everything sort of componentized so that we can link things up and do a demo like this before any code is written, but just with the designs and the components. So we went with something quite simplistic, but allows us to do everything we want to do. I think something that we've noticed with crypto exchanges and even staking platforms to an extent is that they're so complicated and busy that it sort of takes away from the user experience and the usability, and I often find the trust as well. So what we've tried to do is we've really tried to strip it and make it so that only the important things are what we're trying to show. So here we've used Kounotori obviously as the main coin to show. Obviously you can sort of select through 1 week and 1 day and the different time frames. We wanted to show sort of as much information as we could without being too overbearing, and we realize, I think, that there's quite a steep learning curve to exchanges out there, and just the crypto space in general. So wherever we can, we have sort of information, little hover pop-ups, just so that we know that the people using the platform can get as much information as they can. And I think the intention would hopefully to be sort of the one-stop shop for everything crypto. So if you want to check, the market cap of a coin, well, we'll have that obviously, but as well, we're going to have sort of a tie-in with Twitter for the tokens that are on the platform. So, you might not be coming to the platform to use the exchange features or to stake. You might just come because you can see all about a particular token, or you can see its movement, or you can see what people are saying about it on Twitter in terms of the top posts, but then as well sort of up-to-date latest ones. So we're really trying to make it as simple as possible for people to sort of understand what's on the platform and to do the functions that they need to. Obviously there's staking involved. That's one of the main points of the platform. So, we select a term and we can sort of calculate the rewards that that can be available to us. Again, just to sort of make it easy and break down the barriers that are often there for these sorts of platforms. We'll also have, obviously recommended tokens as well, because a main part of the exchange will be to sort of build up interest in other coins, and so we'll obviously have the recommended ones as well, and then on every page we'll sort of have this operative module that allows us to buy, sell, and trade in sort of an easier way than I've seen on other platforms. We'll still have an order book, and we'll still have a way to see the progress of your trades or your buys, and be able to manage your orders and see the history, and have a wallet and all those things that you'd be used to on an exchange. But we're trying to simplify it to the extent that we can, while still retaining all the functionality. So obviously this is just, as I said, a clickable prototype. And so there are some states that are missing, or that we haven't included in this, just for the demo, in terms of what buying actually looks like, and what trading looks like, and dynamic graphs and things. But just to show a little bit about what the platform is going to look like, how it's going to operate, what the sort of MO is while designing it, and while building out the features. I think it's a really good start to be able to show the community what this is going to look like, and how it's going to work.
Yeah, so for me, it's
this actually looks. Oh, no, go ahead, Gerion. I just wanted to.
For me, it looks just perfect.
It does look very nice. I'm not sure if maybe someone wanted to add anything to it. But before that,
go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was going to ask a question before you add anything. Is do we get a video showcasing this? Like, hey, these are the steps. Just basically an introduction or a guide to the staking exchange.
Yeah, we can definitely put a video together. I think what might be helpful is once we sort of do more of the design and wire up a few more of the flows, then I think the KTO team, because they'll have these clickable prototypes. The KTO team can sort of decide when they want to release certain features or certain videos or certain flows. I think the facilities will be there for that to be released whenever needed.
Okay, all right, thank you, Jake. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. I mean, it kind of follows on from that. What I was going to say is, so Christian, who's the designer who's put this together, the sort of MO of his is to try and make this as simple as possible. We want regular non-experts to be able to come to this platform and still get what's happening. So, from a community standpoint here, we will lean on you guys to give us feedback. If you think we're missing some key information or if something here isn't clear, do let us know. We hope you like the design, of course, but any feedback you have is always welcome from a Tech Alchemy perspective as well. We want to make it that people can come on and they see what they need to see and they don't get shown the things that they don't want to see. But if they want to go into that like expert mode and be able to see the order books and that kind of stuff, then they can. And so it's very much up to you as a user of the platform of how in depth do you actually want to go. Whereas, as Jake said, a huge amount of the exchanges today just expect you to be like, essentially your background should be in Forex for you to come to a normal exchange and just understand stuff. I've been in the crypto world for 8 years or however long it's been, and I still fully don't know everything an exchange just does by looking at it. I'm like, oh, what is this? Why are they showing it to me in this way, right? And so we want to make sure this is as simplistic as possible.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
You're right. You're
Go
right.
ahead, Cap.
I was just literally just going to say as well. I think paired with the factors Sam was saying, it's simplistic and easy to use and very accessible to people new to the space as well. I think what pairs with that really nicely is the fact that we are pairing with trusted tokens and making that a emphasis. We're putting people in safe hands by making people go through the same rigorous sort of processes that we went through ourselves. Doing a KYC evaluation and a contract audit as a minimum sort of standard. That just ensures that nothing nefarious can be done and nothing's hidden. So that's what we've set out to do from the get-go, and that's how we've operated. We've been as transparent as possible with the token and making everything visible. And I think this reflects that. It's just that accessibility. Everything's clean and clear for people testing and looking out. And just on top of what Jake was saying earlier, just about community feedback and things. We were talking about this. One of the at the later stages of development, we will be looking to obviously involve the community and do forms of testing, beta and alpha testing, involving people in getting their hands on the product and giving us feedback that way as well. That's just a little thing I was adding to that.
All right. Yeah, no, it's definitely great to hear that sorry, my mind is blanking right now. I know this is very stupid of me. I'm sorry. The coding team mentioned, even Saul mentioned, is that we can reach out to them. So if that's the case, yeah, we would love to do that for the community. So if you guys do want to add your links or anything, your profiles to the team, to the dev team, that way they can have it in announcements and we can click on them, follow you guys, and contact you in case communities or the holders have any questions. Definitely would love to do that for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we actually get quite a lot of good engagement from the Kounotori community on Twitter. You guys interact with us more than most of our project communities do, so we really love you guys for that. I guess if you don't mind me taking a little part of this, so I know you guys are aware that we do pretty well. We rank fairly highly in the world of crypto agencies. On Clutch, we became the #1 agency in the UK sort of late January. They redid all of their rankings last week, and we rank #1 in the world now. So, and no one knows other than you guys. So we haven't announced this anywhere. We're trying to put together graphics that make sense for that as an achievement. But yeah, we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't get to work with projects like you as well. So yeah, it's all of our success is down to our clients, and obviously you guys are one of our best ones. So thanks a lot to you and everyone else for sort of working with us and trusting us with your projects.
You're welcome.
I know thank you guys as well for working with the devs and giving us this information. But hey, congratulations to you guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, is that something we can share, or is that something that you want to share yourself first before any information goes out that you're number one in the world?
I think you can share it. I mean, it's already on YouTube, so you can definitely share it.
Yeah. We will make our people who we want to tell will find out through our calls. So don't worry, share it. But we're basically, the reason we haven't put this on Twitter and on Instagram yet is just our designers are still putting together like a decent graphic to go alongside that. We don't actually get told any of this. We just find out when someone tells us. So, Clutch don't reach out to us and say, hey, you've changed rank or anything. I just periodically check and go, oh, well, that's changed. Right? So that's
Amazing.
where we're
Congrats,
at. Couple
guys.
of us. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, spread the word. Show them some love.
All right, and I'm not sure if this is something even Gerion is getting a feel for, but the questions will be asked. I'm noticing that this AMA will be much longer than usual, only because we have the demo here, and then the demo questions to follow after that, and then the questions being on Discord. But it's up to you guys. I know at the same time, you guys got stuff to do, you got work to do. So whenever you have to cut midway through and have to go, let us know.
Yeah, maybe just ask questions to Jake and Soham first, so we won't just keep them here forever.
Yeah. Those are the questions that I'm going for first. Are the centralized exchange, the demo questions, and get them down first, and then go after for the dev questions. That way, Soham and Jake can engage with us as much as possible before they have to go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
All right, so let me go ahead and go back. I had a lot of messages saying, Jitters, why you not read the questions? Like, whoa. Almost there. All right. Someone please ask them if they plan to add the ability to use external wallet with centralized exchange. Example, I want to use my ledger instead of transferring back and forth.
So the way a centralized exchange works and the way that fees are impossibly low on a centralized exchange is because that's not possible. So essentially what happens on a centralized exchange, and this is all of them, is that everything that happens is done off chain until you withdraw from the exchange. So if I go onto Binance or any, Coinbase, any centralized exchange right now, everything I do is actually almost not real, right? It's happening, but it's happening within their books. Only after I remove things from the exchange does it, does any fee get paid? Does anything actually get written to chain? Which is why, if you go on, Etherscan, for example, and just track your own Coinbase movement, you will see that it's always coming from one wallet, which is just the Coinbase wallet. We are all sharing one giant wallet on Coinbase, and they do everything through that wallet. So whilst obviously, we would love, and I would love to be able to use my ledger on every exchange I use, it's not actually possible because until you take stuff off the exchange, it was, the movement hasn't actually happened. And this is why, if I buy an 1 ETH on, let's say I buy 1 ETH on a decentralized exchange, I'm paying real gas fees straight away. However, if I buy 1 ETH on Coinbase, nothing happened. They've given me ownership of 1 ETH, but it didn't move within a wallet. If you want to look into this a bit more deeper, the setup's called an omnibus wallet. So if you just Google omnibus wallet structure, you'll see how every centralized exchange is set up. And it's essentially just a few really big wallets that everyone is sharing until things move off the platform.
Yeah, and having that sort of centralized approach, just going back to the security, obviously, it means that we can control what happens on the platform a lot better and who's interacting with it. And,
can stop people from doing stuff if we want to.
As soon as things become decentralized, and you start connecting other wallets or bringing things in from other wallets, you lose a lot of that control, which for a lot of platforms and a lot of things, that's the direction that they want to go, and one of the reasons for doing it. Whereas here it's sort of the other way, where we want to be able to provide and build a very watertight product where we know that the users are safe and there's a certain level of control for what goes on. And the way to do that is like how all the big players do it through Omnibus.
All right, thank you guys. No worries. I'm going back and forth here with Telegram and Discord because we're getting a lot more demos and centralized exchange questions than ever before. So I apologize. I'm going to go through these. Here we go. All right. Based on regulations, we've seen major issues with limitations state to state. Where will the platform be available for use? I'm not sure if Gerion had already answered that one before.
Not sure.
It's something we've touched on before and spoken about, and it's something that we've implemented in the research phase, and something that we have talked about prior. I don't know if Adrian, you'd like to expand on
that. So yeah, basically our first idea was, I'm listening myself.
Yeah, Jake, I think it's coming through you, Jake.
Yeah. Okay, so our first plan was to actually create everything and launch everything at the same time. So staking, NFT staking, mobile application, launch it all at the same time. But now we know it's almost impossible because building that big, massive exchange would take more than a year, I think. So we've just decided to go step by step. So first we're gonna launch exchange, then staking, then other stuff. And I think we are aiming for 6 months, Jake, for exchange.
Yeah, so I think we had a meeting about it today, even actually, and we're putting together sort of like a milestone plan on our side, just so that Kounotori knows what to expect and what Tech Alchemy is expecting, but then B, you guys understand the plan and the community understands as well. And sort of as Adrian said, breaking it down into those constituent parts, it's a lot easier to sort of plan out and figure out when each thing comes up on the roadmap. I think based on sort of the regulations question, that's something that's going to always be evolving. I think it's difficult to answer now. It'll probably be difficult to answer when we build it. There are some problem states in the U.S. Not problem, but just more regulated versus less regulated, and more looking at crypto versus less. And so at the time that we're building it and seeking the solutions to what we're working on, it could be a completely different landscape. So we're trying to be dynamic and making sure that we're always keeping up with the latest.
Yeah, I mean the way it works, just to give you an idea, is all we do is geo block, right? So what that means is if a connection comes in from Arizona where it's not allowed, we would just stop that connection. There's obviously nothing we as people in the world can really do about that other than vote, right? And so there's not a huge amount we can do about it. However, if let's say 2022 December, Arizona say, okay, we are allowing exchanges now as long as they meet these requirements, and we meet it, it is a 10-minute job to stop the blocking and allow people from that region to connect and whatnot. So it's not like Jake said, from a regulation perspective, where you won't be able to connect from really just depends on what, I guess, legal advice says more than anything else.
Okay. And then just to clarify, the AMA is going much longer than expected, but we're doing the coders questions first. I know that there's a lot more questions that we have here than ever before. So my question to them is, where were you last AMA, huh?
I was actually, I guess I was not in the UK. So we've got a team out in India as well, and I was there. I was there to meet them for the first time. So that was lovely.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean the community?
Yeah, the community. Where was the community with these questions?
No.
Well, now you know where I was.
But no, to clarify, the questions will be asked, and I want to go through as many as possible. But for sure, I'm going to go for the centralized exchange questions first. And here's another one. Do we have an option to stake KTO directly in ETH network without transferring to centralized exchange?
I think it's actually connected to the question about using Ledger. So
Yeah,
the question
essentially
is
the
no,
same
because
question.
it's centralized. So you'll have to send KTO to exchange to take it.
Yeah, and it's it's something that we're exploring at the beginning, and we even built a proof of concept on it that we just sort of deployed to a test net, and while doing it even on a test net and just kind of looking at the comparative costs and fees, it just wouldn't have, like, no one would use it basically, because having to stake, having to claim your rewards, having to restake, all those things sort of happening on chain and being controlled directly on chain, it just essentially doesn't work from a cost benefit analysis.
Okay, no worries. Then here's another one for you guys. I know that devs can chime in too. Knowing our target market is going to be startup projects that have extreme volatility and very small decimal price tags, what and how is the exchange going to handle these two problems when maintaining a stable trading margin?
I guess that's a question for you guys, actually, and a good question. How are we going to protect ourselves against massive volatility, right?
I mean, in my opinion, whole crypto is violated at the moment. I mean, always was and always will be. Even Bitcoin. Right now, I've seen like one guy bought a few million worth Bitcoin and it just pumped like 5% up. So it's just crypto. It happens everywhere. So we can't do anything about it. I mean, we're definitely gonna have like people who are gonna arbitrage, buying on exchange, selling on Uniswap, something like that. So it's normal procedure, and people are gonna do this.
And I think this also comes back to that KYC question from earlier, right? Like, we are good. As a platform, we're going to KYC everyone who comes. So it's what we can't. I guess we can't protect against everything, but we can definitely protect against scam coins and things like this. They're not going to get on the platform because we're going to be vetting them.
Oh yeah. If it's about that, we have few measurements to implement it to actually prevent scams on our platform, including community vote.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. How do you guarantee fixed returns on staking?
So that's actually why we are building exchange, not only staking platform. I think we've announced it. I mean, we've said about this many times already. So we're building exchange with transaction fees to actually fund staking from that transaction fees, because we don't want to follow other projects who actually create money from nothing, and they just give people crazy returns, and after years or two, that returns are worth nothing. So that was our plan, to create cash income, to give that money to people.
Yeah, that's why even in our designs, right, the number is 6%, not 65,000%, because that's not what this platform's going to be like. This is real. Yeah,
and I mean, from a community perspective as well, as we're Tech Alchemy has been involved for less time than the whole time KTO has been around, but the MO has always been supporting the community and being visible with everything that we're doing. And so this idea that it's the central exchange that's sort of lifting up and protecting the staking platform is sort of right in with the vision of helping smaller partnership coins and building the trust around the market and people starting out. And so all of it sort of wraps up into a nice little box of the KTO ethos, I think.
Okay, and then I guess this is a clarification from a question before. How do they maintain the bid/ask spread at massively small price tags? A 0.000 bid with a 0.0000475 ask. Is this a complex trading bot, or do we cap the decimals to like 6?
I guess we've not. We we've not made a decision on that yet. But to be honest, it's going to be one of those two things, right? It's either going to be we cap at the decimal places, or the bot's just going to have to be faster than that. I mean, if we're talking about numbers that small, most likely it will be actually capped.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then will our staking rewards be paid out all at once at the end of the staking period? Or will there be a structured pay schedule to choose from, like weekly, monthly, quarterly? Gerion, your mic's muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we have we're gonna have 4 different options. So we're gonna be staking without any time frame, staking for 3 months, 6, and 12. So if you stake for 3, 6, or 12 months, you're gonna get rewards after staking period. But in staking without time frame, you can unstake it at any time and get rewards. But it's gonna be much lower rewards than than staking for a year.
Okay. All right. So we'll hop into the next one. I'm not going to mention your name, don't worry, but I know you said this is your last question. A golden question across the board is always customer service. What kind of access will our investors have to acquiring help in the event an issue develops?
I mean, I think that's why I said last time, on the last AMA, that we are actually building something that will provide people job, because customer service actually, we're going to have to hire people to do that customer service. We're going to have to hire tons of different people to do different stuff. And I definitely know customer service is going to be a big part of our exchange. So we're going to really take care of that.
Would something as a VPN be able to bypass the security? Just curious, they say.
So it does. Right now, every trader who is in Arizona will bypass it. So essentially, that's more of like a regulatory question. A VPN will let you bypass where you're from, but obviously a VPN won't bypass your KYC. So let's say let's say we're talking about a country where things are really strict, like Malaysia. Okay, so in Malaysia, the rules are quite strict. If we were to KYC you and see that you're from Malaysia, it doesn't matter if you're VPNing in from the Netherlands. We know you're from Malaysia as an account, and so we can block you at an account level. But yeah, essentially VPNs does get past all of this stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah,
not a recommendation though.
Not the regulation, right? It lets you can access the site through a VPN, but you won't be able to actually claim, if you were to claim your rewards and that was to cause us a problem, we just end up blocking your account. And that's usually how it works. Just to be clear, from a reg perspective, no government in the world is really that hands-on when they say shut down because you did this. They will say, when you find someone trying to break the rules, you have to block them. And the rules in this world are actually a lot less strict than in gambling, where we have quite a lot of experience as well. So we know we really know this stuff. It's quite the KYC and AML side essentially takes care of all of those issues.
All right, yeah, no, so like Jake said, not recommended, guys. No VPN.
Yeah.
This is a little more of a lighthearted question for Jake. What happened to the suit? You were able to perform a lot better with the suit on.
Yeah, I know. I've been slacking recently. I'll get back on it for you guys.
All right, no worries, man. Here we go. Have we considered utilizing NFTs to act as our KYC verification? An example, unstoppable domains, ENS, etc. Is this feasible for our exchange?
That's something we keep in mind, because I think I'm quite sure it's question from Nappers, because he mentioned it a few times already. Yes, we keep it in mind, but implementing that is another cost, another time. So it's not gonna be at start, but yeah, definitely gonna work on it later. Yeah. I think actually there is one NFT KYC.
There are quite a few people working on that, including us. But there's KYC on chain is a tricky one, because so one of the things, and I don't want to make assumptions about where Kounotori goes, right? But one of the benefits of being a centralized exchange is insurance. So if you look at a company like Nexo, right, they're insured up to like 750 mil or whatever that number is. By being a centralized exchange, we can do that. So in the future, maybe Kounotori is going to insure its funds. I don't know. Let's say it decides to do that with KYC. When you do your insurance, the insurance broker or whoever's covering it is going to make us KYC our customers again. So it's like, I have KYC'd with, I don't know, HSBC, let's say. They know who I am. And so you would think that when I go to a different bank and I go to Barclays and try and open another bank account, they could just use HSBC's KYC. But essentially, most regulators are going to say you have to do it again yourself. And so even if you've been KYC'd elsewhere and you can store that on chain, it doesn't mean that we will definitely be able to use it. Hopefully a day comes where KYC information is done properly and across different domains, and that's something we're working on with a KYC specific client. But right now, even if we really wanted to, I don't think it's something we could do.
Yeah, because that's something as well. Like we can build whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously something that we've had to deal with crypto projects and even our more corporate projects and dealing in the banking space and fintech, like just because it's cool, like we still need to think about the regulations and how it actually affects all the things that will connect with it.
Yeah.
And have you guys considered using NFTs to act as our? Oh, well, that is the same question. Whoops. I'm going back and forth with Telegram and Discord and getting a lot of questions, so it's pulling me back and forth. But there we go. Now, this question, it was asked before, but again, we can ask it again. What channels do we go through to provide feedback on user friendliness?
Yeah, so I think once, as I said, once we have sort of more of the flows wired up and the sort of hi-fi designs in a place that the guys want to show, I guess it's up to you guys and Cat to sort of put people in the right place and set that up. We can obviously be flexible in the way that we do that, and we can help. We've done this sort of testing and feedback loops before, but yeah, I think it's really up to the Kounotori guys about when and at what pace and all that sort of stuff of getting that sort of feedback.
I think Kat just can make a channel on Discord, and if you have any ideas, just write it there.
Yeah, same as easy, all usual. So
yeah, we have most of our people on Discord anyway.
Great.
And we're here every week, so we're going to be continuously communicating as we have done so far, and let you know how progress is going. So once we get to that stage where there's more to interact with and more to trial, then yeah, absolutely, that's definitely something we're going to implement. But yeah, absolutely, a channel for feedback. Yeah.
Great.
I kept the silence only a little bit because it seems to be a common thing where I'll say something and then I'll interrupt someone else talking. So I left it open for anyone to talk. But here's one for you guys. Can you explain how the theory around how staking an NFT on a centralized exchange and how that interacts? Also, I like chatting with Soam. He should hang out in our Discord.
I'm there. Sorry, could you repeat? Was it how staking works? What was that?
No, I know. It's because you were blushing. You were flattered with the compliments.
I can answer that. So basically, by staking NFT, you have to just send it to exchange and lock it, and that's gonna provide you that rewards with Jan sent on Twitter, and it's gonna be in white papers too. So like decreased transactions fees, a bit increased APR for staking. So you will have to send that NFT to exchange and lock it.
Yeah. All right. And Soam, you wanted to say something too?
I was just going to say, like, all staking works the same, right? Like when you're staking something, you are essentially taking it off the market. So, the reason that staking rewards are even possible is because market dynamics say, right, like if the supply goes down and the demand stays the same or goes up, then the price will increase. The staking rewards will or should be lower than that change. And so, how it's exactly the same for NFTs. It's just you taking it off the market, and so the price of all of the other NFTs should change in relation to there being less supply. But from like a specifics perspective, what you just said is exactly it.
Okay, this one is a DM question. Okay, I had to go away for this one. If the KTO Centralized Exchange or staking platform have any job offers, could they show the investors in order to try and apply them? Or apply for them, it looks like what they're saying.
You're breaking up. Can you?
Yeah, do you mind repeating that? Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Sure. It says here,
Please.
if the KTO Centralized Exchange or staking platform have any job offers, could they show the investors how and where to apply for them? I'm not sure if this was a question from the community or if this was a different person.
I mean, yes, I think we're gonna have like page on exchange where you're gonna post out job offers. So everyone will be free to just check that job offers and apply if they feel they're comfortable with it.
Okay. All right, there you go, guys. All right, here we go. One of the biggest issues right now is maintaining real-time circulating supply on exchanges with tokens that have a deflationary supply. Captain Smith, please don't cough again. Sorry, get that again. No, that's okay. It caught me off guard. One of the biggest issues right now is maintaining real-time circulating supply on exchanges with tokens that have a deflationary supply. What are our solutions? Are we pulling our data from a third-party source?
Is the question, how do we know what total circulating supply actually is? So essentially, yes, we're going to be pulling our data from CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap if we can. Most likely CoinGecko. Their accuracy is as high as it seems to get, and so yeah, that's where we'll be getting it from.
Yeah, it seems more like in terms of the accuracy of the circulating supply. That way, we don't have any issues, kind of like the other sites that were counting circulating supply where they were way off and causing problems and issues there. So that's yeah, thank God, not CoinMarketCap. But yeah, no, that was a concern there. That way, the accuracy is up to level or up to par.
Yeah, I think obviously one of the things to remember is we're also working with coins that we know, right? And so we can get the data from them as well if they have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then this one more for the devs. So the coding questions are actually, I think that may be it. I'm not sure if you guys have to leave now. I don't want to hold you guys from any other meetings you guys may have.
I have to go at 8:15, so in like 10-ish minutes.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and put this out there.
So sorry, just to mention as well, just is if anyone has a question, they can't think of it just now, then we can reiterate and we can speak to Tech Alchemy in the week and come back with answers for you.
Yeah, that way, if any questions were missed, then we can still ask them after this AMA.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this one, for you guys, for anyone who wants to answer, any thoughts on the name of the centralized exchange? If not, what about the nest? Aligns with the bird token and you watch your investment grow.
We're still thinking about it. We have many different ideas.
We've got a few in mind, yeah, but
it's hard to decide.
That was Gerion's way of saying, that was a very bad one. Please do not say that again. No, I liked it. I thought it was a good one. The nest, you watch your investment grow. I thought it was good. But no,
It
yeah.
it is exciting. It's an exciting part of it, and yeah, as I say, we have got a couple of ideas, and
yeah, we have to decide. We have to decide at the moment if we want to keep that, birds strategy, names, things like that, or we want to be more aggressive a bit, find out different name for exchange and like other exchanges do, because we are, our name is actually basically a stork, and we have like Kraken, who is big monster, or other monsters, or something connected to money and Bitcoin or something like that. So it's really hard to decide which way we're gonna go actually.
As long as it could also be called the Cat Inu Centralized Exchange. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
All right. Here's one for the demo that you guys showed us. What was that friend group bubble on the left side of the prototype? What was the idea behind that?
Yeah, so I couldn't scroll there. I guess one of the interactions wasn't linked up, but we're planning on hoping to have a sort of referral flow, and so that was just the start to the referral flow. Similar to potentially like the way Coinbase do it and some of the other bigger players, where you have a friend sign up or someone uses your code and you get maybe some KTO for free, or maybe down the line an NFT or whatever. The actual scheme and everything isn't fully figured out yet, but that was the sort of start to the referral flow.
All right, and then I'm going through the questions here. If I missed any, go ahead and tag me again, but I'm making sure that I go through everything. In the meantime, I'm not sure if you guys wanted to add any info that may have not been shared yet.
I think obviously the white paper release is imminent, and that has everything covered really in regards to in regards to where we're going with the centralized exchange and the rewards from staking. Obviously, things like NFT staking, it's still being finalized, but the rewards are pretty much set out and there in mind. We're going to focus obviously on releasing the centralized exchange and staking. First and foremost, that's what we're focused on. But then, as I say, the white paper's got everything covered in terms of all the info that you're going to need in terms of where the project's going and what we're building.
No worries.
Jay just asked, did Tech Alchemy said we're gonna be rich?
Also, when you do bring in your
you'll never get financial advice from here.
All right, exactly.
Just start off with
all that questions when I think we're gonna have more details in next 1-2 weeks.
Yeah,
because we're still working on that time frames. So I think just wait 1-2 weeks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the questions that I was going to bring up, which I'm sure you guys answered anyway. Some questions that were brought up, like when will the release come up? Also, will the centralized exchange have a built-in wallet for KTO? Things like that.
Yeah.
And then the other question that I'm sure you guys have answered this the last AMA, but sort of what types of trade / buy will be available for use? Credit card, debit card, direct deposit, crypto trade.
I mean, deposit with credit card, debit card, bank transfers. Yeah, we're gonna go for it, and we're actually planning to make things a bit easier. We've spoken about this today. So, for example, on Binance, you have to buy anything. If you, for example, deposit British pound and want to buy Bitcoin, you have to sell this pound for USDT, then buy Bitcoin for that USDT. And we want to make it simpler, so you can just buy add a token directly for that bounce, and the system will automatically calculate it from one currency to another and then to another. But yeah, we want to add as many possible options to deposit as possible. We are thinking about recurring deposit, so you can set up, I don't know, card payments for $50 every week, just to save money and invest it. So yeah, we're working on for many different options.
And then here we go. This is a question more, I guess, for the centralized or the coders. Will we own servers or rent servers for traffic load? Where will they be located?
So we're almost certainly not going to own the servers. Where they'll be located kind of depends on the company setup, but server farms exist everywhere. We will probably have it so that there is elasticity between them, so we'll have servers in lots of different locations depending on where our users end up being. So let's say we have our main server in London and then we have a lot of user traffic from Madrid. We'll have a secondary sort of copy server in Madrid so that when you can connect to the closest server. But from a DevOps perspective, we haven't, it's not really been decided yet.
Yeah, I think it also depends in some cases on the regulations as well.
Yeah.
I know in the UAE, it needs to be in the UAE, regardless of, pinging from the UAE to the UAE is faster, but even we couldn't have it in London because the servers need to be there. And so if we have a lot of users there, then, that's what we would have to do. It's obviously not a target this time, but it all depends on the regulatory aspects. And I think we've done this so many times that we build products in a way that it's not a concern really. We have our own DevOps department and set up and tear down servers every day. So.
And then also, I think I hear myself. All right. So more of a statement, but please allow recurring payments as a function. Literally no other exchange has it.
Yeah, I don't know why actually. It's there, we can do it. If that's a feature we decide to have, we can have it.
In some of our other products, where it's all decentralized and all on chain, that essentially just doesn't work. Having to pay gas every time and sign every time and make sure that you know what you're doing and depending. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense why on other CXs it's not.
Yeah, I don't see why it's not applicable. Yeah, it should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Cool, guys. I'm going to have to go because I am a couple of minutes late, but it's really nice talking to everyone, and I will be
really
on more of these. Yeah. And as you said, if anyone's got any other questions, just send them our way and we'll write out answers and send them back.
Yeah, that way we can follow you on Twitter or your socials.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, really appreciate you coming on and speaking to everyone. That's been really good, really helpful.
Cool.
Cheers.
Right. Speak soon, everyone.
If there are any more for us, Jitters, I can stay on for a little bit longer.
All right, Jake, we'll do. This, in fact, let me go back because they started coming in a lot more now. There we go. Okay. There's more of a haha.
We're going to sit here all night.
No worries. Yeah, no, we got bombarded big time. Having the coders on the AMA got everyone excited. So, Jake, you have a huge influence here.
Good.
Are the costs using? Okay, this one is worded a little differently. Are the costs using like a Visa / MasterCard high? I have a Coinbase Visa, but obviously a much larger centralized exchange at the moment. So curious if the costs are something concerning.
Yeah, so it depends actually. There are it depends on the third party that we end up going with and the fees associated with it. A lot of them are very reasonable. There are tons of sort of examples of on-rampers where the percentages aren't that high, and it doesn't have too much of an effect. Obviously, that's one of the main choices of choosing the product that we go with is security and functionality, but at the heart of it, the sort of impact to the user. So that's definitely going to come into play in the final decisions that are made for what we need to do.
And then here's another one for, I guess this is more for Gerion. Please siphon off 2% of all proceeds to my personal wallet. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Sending now.
That's from me.
Yeah, we could do that for $2 million. It's a fair trade.
How about recurring payments, automated investing?
I just said about that like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, we have that in plans.
Yes.
There you go. Quick yes. That way, no one DMs me and says, "Jitters, why didn't you ask my question?" Well, they already did, but okay, I'll read it again. All right. So for now, we have everything set up. I don't see anything else here. I'm not sure if Jake, if you have something else for us or any last statements.
Not really. I just the only thing would be that it's been really fun actually to since the last AMA, I've been thinking back to where we were at then and the plans, and then now actually seeing sort of a start to a design and starting to picture the flows and watching it come together. It's been really exciting, and we can't wait to start building it.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely echo that. It's become a massive way since the project's sort of conception. So, it's been the same from our point of view, watching it sort of transform from our original idea of a staking solution. That's still very much one of the main pillars of Kounotori and what we're looking to do. But definitely the transformation and the evolving into a centralized exchange has been exciting to be a part of. I think the other devs will agree with me there.
Yeah. We just started, a simple idea, just to create staking, and now we are actually planning to build centralized exchange and compete with the biggest exchanges, because I think we have everything to actually be better than more. A lot of those exchanges, and it's really great.
Yeah, no, and then apart from thanking you, Jake, and Som for joining us, the coding team for this AMA, I definitely want to give a big thanks to the many questions from the community. I haven't seen this many as much, and I definitely did try my best to get to every single one. If I did miss any for the coders, then we'll send them to them, and then they'll get back to you for sure. They'll share their socials so that they can talk to you guys. I definitely do apologize again if I missed any. I'm not sure if there were any. I did try to go through them, but there will be another AMA for sure. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah,
definitely appreciate the time coming on here, Jake, and so absolutely fantastic. Always a pleasure to cooperate with you guys.
Perfect. Yeah, well, thanks for having me, everyone.
Thank you.
And then let's see. Oh, in fact, this is one last one. I guess this one I did miss. Okay. Say we stake for 12 months and the price of KTO goes up. Will our staking rewards reflect the price when staked, or will the rewards scale up along with the price?
We actually were thinking about, giving people estimate rewards at the beginning of staking. So if you stake, I don't know, $1,000 of KTO, you get that 10 or 20%. So you get 200 after 12 months. But if the price goes up or down, it doesn't reflect your staking rewards, because it would be too hard to implement actually. But you'll be able to unstake anytime. So if, for example, you stake like $1,000 of any token and it goes 10x, and you want to unstake it, you can do it. You will lose rewards, but you know, it depends on choice.
All right. Thank you, Gerion. Thank you. And then I guess I know it's been over an hour. I got pretty excited myself, so I wanted to keep it going, but I know you guys have stuff to do. I'll leave it up to you four to send us off. Last statements.
I'd just like to thank everyone for coming, and thank you for being a part of the Kounotori journey, and hopefully new and old investors, hopefully you're happy with what you've seen today, a bit of the demonstration, a bit of a visualization of what we've been building and what we've been working towards. And we're going to continue to progress with it and continue to keep you updated. As I say, there will be testing done in the future, and we're going to involve the community in that. Definitely to echo what Sam was saying earlier, community feedback, 100%. We'd love to hear it. If you want anything changed, if you think there's room for improvement, then please let us know, and we'll come back to you. But again, thank you very much for coming, and hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was really great day.
All the questions.
Absolutely. Brilliant questions this week.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Hey, can we remove Cat? He's interrupting.
Okay, goodbye.
I don't know, but I know, Jake. I'm not sure if you're going to
Don't you ever ask about removing Cat, because he banned me from our Discord once, and I can ban him from that Telegram. Sorry.
That is true. I'm sorry. Cat, come back. Jake and Yoan, any last things you guys want to say?
Not really.
I'm all good.
Thanks everyone for being here and being so great, asking so many questions, and being supportive.
Yeah, ditto. This is fun.
Now, again, before we call it, Jake, last time, please bring your suit so that you take it off all the way.
I have my orders. Apparently, I have my orders.
All right, thank you guys. I'll let you guys go.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.